Okay, let me try this again with less suck. Hi, good morning, Adventure Cats. Thank you very much, Mom. Okay, so what we have is we have 1 cup of mushroom skins. And the reason we skin the mushrooms is because you can get like a lot of flavor out of just the skins themselves. And the skins are useful for 2 things. Both making the broth and later to make hamburger mix of the vegan variety. Because you're like hamburger mix, we just call it hamburger mix. It doesn't matter what you make it out of anymore now. This is a burger, this is a hamburger, no ham is involved. Now what we've added is we've added about 2 liters of water to this. So 1 cup of mushroom skins, 2 liters of, or 4 liters of water, I'm sorry, we added 2 liters of water twice. And I was just distilling the virtues of saving the skins to use. Now, when we go to make the hamburger mix itself, that's a tomorrow thing. We're going to be using a combination of the mushroom skins, mushrooms themselves, some soy, and the glory and wonder that is walnuts for texture. T-U-R. And now, if you want to be able to make burgers out of it, you'll have to add some binders to it, like, because we're just making basically the ground beef part, which is really great in stuff like shepherd's pie. It is really great in your meat sauces, like any kind of like pasta sauce or anything like that. Absolutely fabulous. If you want to make burgers, you're gonna have to add binders to it. When I go to make burgers, I use a combination of bread and eggs. So that's for me, that steps away from being vegan and into being vegetarian. And we will actually give that a go with this because I altered the recipe a little bit to include walnuts. And I really, really, really like how that turned out. But like I said, today our focus is on the broth. Okay, so because all we are doing is making a broth, and we're not really concerned about anything beyond broth. You can start it at medium heat. You can also go up to medium high, like just a little bit under high. So I'm gonna go up to on the induction burner. I'm going up to 8. On a regular stove top, that puts you at about 6, 7. Assuming that your thing goes from 1 to 10. If it does not, look at the middle and then kind of just like up a little bit. And that's roughly where we're going. Because our goal here is to bring this to a boil to get all of the mushroom broth. Because basically we're making mushroom tea. That's what we're making. And you are going to be using this anytime that a recipe calls for a beef broth or any kind of brown stock. Instead of said beef broth. Just like our vegetable stock, the veggie soup stock, that we use anytime a recipe calls for the glory and wonder that is poultry. Like any kind of poultry soup stock, they're like, we use the vegetable stock instead. Now, it's kind of 50-50 on something calls for pork broth. Look at the other ingredients and be like, well, does it already have mushrooms in it? If the answer is yes, then use the mushroom stock. If it does not already have mushrooms in it, then it's kind of up to you, like, well, do I want it to be a darker sauce or a lighter sauce? And then you can kind of like figure out, whether you want to use the mushroom broth, the vegetable broth, or a combination of both to make your pork broth. As we want to decide. Okay, so what we have here is we have about half a teaspoon of the glory and wonder. This is our grains of paradise. This is going in. At home, if you're not allergic to pepper, you can just use black pepper instead. But if you are allergic to black pepper like I am, you can use grains of paradise instead of black pepper, and you get all the joy without any of the pain. It's nice. Oh, hey, Mom. As it will. Okay, then what we have here is about 2 pinches of parsley. This is what we're going to be adding at the very, very end. And this is mostly decorative. Mostly decorative to make it look pretty. Then we have 2 teaspoons of salt and 1 teaspoon of sugar. And now these we play by ear. But right now we're going to add 1 teaspoon of the salt. So we're going to put half in. There we go. And we're holding off on the sugar. Now, one of the reasons why we want to add at least a little bit of sugar is preservatives. It'll help it be what it is, better, longer, faster. and salt also fulfills that function. So on top of both of them actually adding really nice flavor. flavor is good, but not too much flavor, not too much flavor. And the reason, because we want this mostly to taste of the mushroom. Yes? Yes. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, 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 yes. Alright. Alrighty, ready? Extra ready on the side. Okay. There we go. Our holy trinity. Okay. But yeah, so soup stocks are really, really easy to make. They're okay. It's one of those things where you're like, but I could just buy it. It's like, yeah, but if you buy it, you don't know what's in it. Well, you do. You know, like you've got all of that stuff. But what I mean is like it's got extra things. Whereas like this has 4 ingredients, 5 if we count the water, right? As a woo, and you don't get the benefit of having the skins to be able to use as a binder in something else. Like it's as a woo. And because we've sucked out most of the flavor of the skins, at this point they become like a more neutral addition to our ground beef than they would be if we just used them fresh or like used chopped up mushrooms. Which admittedly we do use, but we don't want it to be like overwhelmingly mushroomy. And like I said, skins have lots of flavor inside them. They are very, very, very nice. Alright, already. But how do I skin mushrooms? Okay, if you're only doing a little bit, it's really easy to like just kind of like grab the lip and peel it back like so. One of these days, when I have mushrooms, when we get another batch of fresh mushrooms, then I'll show you. However, if you're doing like a huge amount, what I do is I get a little spoon and I use it instead of my thumb because you know, after the 40th mushroom, your thumb's like, I hate you. You're like, that's fair. It's fair. Yeah. Azubu with extra azubu on the side. Meow. Extra meow with all the meow. Azubu as one of those. Meow. Okay, so do let me know if you've got any questions. But beyond that, yeah, we're just waiting this out. We're reading this out. There. Waiting. Extra waiting on the side. And, okay, now one of the nice things about this is, if you like to can things, you can can it. And if you do not like to can things, you can just freeze this. And it's good in the freezer until you're ready to take it out again. My advice is to freeze it in either 1 cup or 2 cup portions. This way you, because I found that most recipes call for like somewhere between 1 to 2 cups. Sometimes they want a lot, sometimes they want a little. And this away. You all look good. You is the prepared. Be prepared. And of course, before you go to freeze them, make sure to let it cool down completely. And as for canning advice, I don't can things. At least not yet. One day soon we will can things. But today, it's not that day. Meow. Also meow. Alright. Alright, let's get ourselves a tasting spoon, shall we? Meow. Huzzah! Tasting spoon. Azubu with extra azubu on the side. Then you are going to want to taste this while you're making it. I know, you're like, of course I do. Yeah, of course I do. I know. For those of you, like, idiots. This is also one of the things. Like, don't cook with things you're allergic to because it's really hard to tell. Well, both. It's not good for you because it gets in the air and you're breathing it in, and because and it is hard to figure out if something tastes good if you can't taste it. So two things. Azubu with extra azubu on the side. So there's no sense. There is no sense. Azubu as one of whoops. You see how dark the water is getting? And it's not even come to a boil yet. This is very nice. That was very, very nice. Oh, and it smells mushroomy and good. and it is the happy. Oh, meow. Meow, meow, that's true meow on the side. Also meow. Is it really already 3 in the morning? Time flies. Time flies. Hey boy, boy. Hey boy. I have a stringer set aside. Da da da. And we have our bowls for later. Got all this stuff. I am prepared. Thank you for bringing stuff down. I did good this morning. I think I remembered everything except for the 2 spoons that you brought down. Indeed. Okay, so while we are waiting for this to finish doing what it's doing, I will show you the plan. Okay. Alright, we have our big bowl. Now, this is what we are going to be pouring the mushroom broth into. Then we have our little tiny container here, yes? Now, this here is for the mushroom skins. Because I remember we're going to be using them tomorrow, so we do not want any to escape. And then we have the bowl for taking pictures in. Make it pretty. and then. Alright. So what we are going to be doing is we are going to be straining the pot into this, and then we are going to, as we get our mushroom skins into the little guy. It's gonna be a bit, but we're gonna do our best. We're gonna help it along with the use of the seagull here, as this will help us get most of the skins out without much fuss. Azubu, extra azubu on the side. Also, but yeah, no, you need a strainer. Don't let your strainer be a stranger. Okay. Extra, okay. Yeah, we got a plan. We got action. Who can ask for anything more? Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I completely forgot that we were doing beer yesterday, and that I had not changed the audio over. You're sleeping under your bed? I feel you, man. I thought I was gonna get to sleep in my bed last night, but kitty cat started poking at her eye again, so I put the cone back on her, and I'm still on the damn cot. Woo. So aside from that, how are you doing, gangsters? Unless you're under your bed because it's more comfortable, which could be fair. Sometimes it works out like that. Well, that sounds lovely. Yeah. Okay, so to catch you up, we are making mushroom broth. We have 1 cup of mushroom skins. Then we've got about 4 liters of water. We have 1 teaspoon of salt in it so far, and half a teaspoon of the Glory and Wonder. Those are grains of paradise, which once again at home, you could use pepper for if you wanted to instead. Azubu. And then over here waiting in the wings, we have a couple of pinches of parsley, We have 1 teaspoon of sugar that we, like I said, we may add a little bit of, and we have another teaspoon of salt. I wish, man. I'm allergic to banana. I can't have it. But it sounds really good. Like mango is really, really good in savory stuff. Like mango curry is like, oh, it's so good. It is like, oh, it is such a yamada. So I can see it being like absolutely amazing in a lasagna. Or do you mean like a dessert lasagna, or do you mean a savory lasagna? Because that could go either way with those ingredients. Possibly also true. Might be my reaction to its reaction. Yeah. So all we're doing right now is essentially making mushroom tea. So, because we got our mushroom skins in, and we are just soaking up all the flavor from the mushrooms into the water. And that is their whole job right now. And then tomorrow, we're going to be taking the same mushroom skins that we have used today, and we are going to turn them into vegan hamburger. Nah, my fridge is too small. I won't fit. Well, I guess you could do finger dances. Meow on the side. Alrighty. So we're bringing it up to a boil, then we'll give it a couple minutes, and then we're going to do some tasting and figure out exactly how much salt we want to have go in this. Now, this is going to be based on personal experience, like when recipes say salt to taste or whatever, this is what they mean. Because sometimes you want more, sometimes you want less. It depends on like how much you're planning on diluting this later when you add it to other things. If you're not planning on diluting it at all and you're just planning on like doing a 1-to-1, then in that case, less salt would be better for you. Whereas if you are planning on diluting it, like say if a recipe calls for 1 cup and you're planning on using half a cup of broth and then adding like half a cup of water to it, then in that, because you're condensing your broth, you know what I mean? Because in that case, then more salt, right? Because otherwise you're just gonna have to add the salt then, as you would. So yeah, so it's just depends. All dependent. Alright. It's time for us to taste. We're under the disc. Okay, it's definitely time to have more salt though. Alrighty, here we go. That is our second teaspoon of salt going in. It's all the way in. So like, dive! Meow, Ezra meow on his own. Okay. Ezra, okay, now, be aware of the parsley, we're not going to be adding till the very, very, very end, because our strainer, it is very fine. And if we put the parsley in before we strain it, it'll be all in here, and in the mushroom skins, which we do not want, because like I said, the mushroom skins we're going to be using for a completely different recipe, and there's no parsley in that recipe. But there is parsley in this recipe, yeah? But the parsley in this case, like I said, mostly for aesthetics, it does add a little bit of flavor, but you think of it like you're adding garnish to your broth at the very end. The broth will still be hot, the parsley will still, add its little bit, but at the same time, like I said, first we strain. We must be restrained in our parsley use. Meow. I don't know why, gangsta, but the fridge dancing comment totally brings like a little. I'm imagining like a little cat rave in a fridge right now, and it's adorable with like kittens and glow sticks. Extra okay on the side. Meow, meow, meow. Extra meow, meow. We may end up adding a third teaspoon of salt. We shall see. We shall see. Because typically for about 2 liters is about 2 teaspoons. So we may end up going all the way up to 4. We'll see how this goes. But we're going to do it slow. Slow and easy so we don't oversalt. Because that would be a tragedy. Tragedy in the making! Mm-hmm. Could you grab me the grains of paradise from the cupboard upstairs? I think we're gonna want to put a whole teaspoon in as opposed to like half a teaspoon. Yep. Yep. Now, for those of you who don't like using pepper or grains of paradise, you do have a couple of other options. You can add a pinch of cayenne pepper to it, or a little bit of chili pepper. Either of those are good. But bear in mind that if you do that, thank you, you are going to be in a bit of a pickle for the next phase, because our hamburger does not involve either of those. Almost there. Azoo. There we go. Another half a teaspoon. Perfect. Azoo. Okay. So we're at a full teaspoon of pepper now. Or not. Grains of paradise in our case. It's because I use it consistently instead of pepper. It looks like pepper, and so my mind goes, it's pepper. And then I go, but I can't have pepper. This is the train of thought in my head. And then I'm like, but it's not pepper. It's like, oh yeah, that's right, it's not pepper. And then, yeah. Yeah. Azoo. Remember to clean as you go. Clean as you go! Meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow. Azoo. Just caught again to release all the happy flavor. Meow, 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 meow. Extra meow on the side. Also meow. I don't know why I'm taking that out. Okay. And then the other thing we're going to do is we are going to measure out another teaspoon of the salt. Oh no! Salt dragon's like, why you take all my salt? Because I must. We may need to refill the salt dragon. Oh woo! Okay, there we go. Our third teaspoon of salt. Giving it a taste here. And she goes. Alright, once it has come to a boil, bring it down. Go back down to medium high. We are good. Like I said, we don't want it to boil over. We just want it to keep simmering. Just keep simmering. What do? We simmer. Meow, meow. Alright. Mm-hmm. 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 Zoo, wee, 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 wee. Alright. Mm-hmm. 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 We're getting there. Meow, meow. So furry. Ferocious is a furry beast. Oh, woo! Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Apparently I must. I need to complete the pattern. Yay, OCD. Okay. Okay, so in this case, based on what I'm tasting, we are going to add a pinch of cayenne. A tiny, tiny, tiny pinch. Here we go. There we be. We have pinched our cayenne in its cheeks. Meow, 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 meow. And once again, this is a personal preference thing. If you're not that into the peppers, don't add it. It is okay. As you will, as one of woos, as one of woos. Now we give it a little bit of time to boil down. As you will, as you will. There we go. That is the flavor we are going for. Alright, it's time for us to wheedle some more salt out of the salt cat. Or not salt cat, salt cat. I have a salt cat. If you're wondering, it is around. Oh no! Oh no! I do need more salt! Oh woo! Oh, can you bring me the other salt? The less pretty salt? Yes! You want me to pinch your cayenne in the cheeks, Axel Jester? Alright, it's gonna be hot though. Thank you, madam. Alright, this is my less fancy salt. It is the same salt, just less pretty. Alright, so once again, 1 more teaspoon of the salt. And yes, as time goes on, you will be able to eyeball roughly about how much that is. As you will, as what it woos. Also, good morning, Axel Jester. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow, meow. I heard because how cold I've been lately. Today was a good day for a red sweater. Nice day for a cardigan. As you will. As you will, as you will, as you will. Okay, so once again, we're putting this in by halves. We're currently at 3.5 teaspoons of salt. Our 1 pinch of cayenne, 1 cup of mushrooms, 4 liters of water, and 1 teaspoon of grains of paradise, or black pepper. If you are not allergic to black pepper, you just go ahead and use that instead. But if you are, there is an answer. There is an answer, and you can ask it. Perfect. Okay, and goes the other half. Alright. Alrighty. And next, I make a decision about the sugar. Because we're going to add a tiny little bit. But probably, it's going to work out to about 1/8 of a teaspoon. maybe not. Might not need it. Flavors coming together the way I want it, so we may skip on the sugar entirely. Yeah, see how dark our broth is? This is very nice. As very darkness. Darkness is spreading! As the woo, as the woo, as whatever. As the woo. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow, meow. Extra meows. Okay. It's a great cup of tea. Yeah, we're gonna leave it. We're going to leave it. It does not need the sugar. So we're gonna put the sugar on our sugar so that I can use it for the next cup of tea. Alright, X-nay on the sugar for this one. Was not necessary. That sometimes it is. Either that or sometimes I'm in the mood for sugar, which is possible. It's good. What, you know, it could just be that today I'm not feeling that sweet. Or I'm already sweet enough. We'll see how it goes. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Okay, okay, more extra pound side. So Jester, I completely forgot that we did VR yesterday at the end of the day, and I spaced on putting the audio back over. And so the first little bit of stream was me talking to me and no one else, unless you can read lips, in which case, yay! Decide whether we want a second pinch of cayenne or not. Alright, it needs another spoon. Can't decide. No, we'll leave it. We'll leave it. Our tongue tingles just a little bit from the cayenne, and that's the idea. We don't want it to be like overwhelmingly hot. We just a little tiny, a little tingle. I know, right? Okay, there we go. That's you. Yeah, no. Mom noticed. She's like, hey, do you know your audio's not on? I was like, no! No! I was like, you're right, it is not on. It is not on. It is offada. Offada, and spacing it. Meow, meow, meow. And the wheel, and the wheel. This means we're gonna have to make another video for the soup, because once again, I don't have good footage. Context for everybody else. The first time we went to make this as a video, so I could like shorten it and set it up as like a short instructional. The internet kept flickering, so my so literally there are chunks missing of the footage, and I was like, come on, why are you like this? Why are you like this? And it's like, because I can. As a chew. That sounds like a Pokemon. I choose you as a chew. As a chew. Okay, we're almost there. We're almost. Okay, we're gonna turn it up a little bit. Going back up to 8 on the meter if you're on induction. If you're on stovetop at home, 7-ish. Dub over. Do a bad dub. Okay. Thanks, Broth, for next Manchester. Give me my bad English dub. That means we need Asian subtitles. Probably Japanese. Alright, alrighty, we're almost there. We've got about like 8 minutes or less left on the boil, and then it will be done. Oh, Evans. As a woo, as one who woos, as one who woos. Achoo! Okay, no. As a woo, as a woo, as a woo. It's very moist in here now, though. My skin feels great. Okay, so now we're just reducing a little bit of the water, and we're good. We're the good with extra the good on the side. Meow, 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 meow. Fantastic. Or better yet, talk when they're completely like you know. Perfect. It is the boil. The room is the moist. You can see the sheen on the walls. Azoo, extra azoo. So yeah, so now we're just waiting for the flavor to hit the right condensation of goodness. And once it is there, we begin the process of extracting the skins from broth. Yep. and then that's all, folks. Leaves it. And then remember, before you go to freeze it, make sure to, assuming that you're freezing it, make absolutely certain that it's like cool first. So take it, put it in the fridge, let it cool down, and then after that, okay. as it okay. Okay. So yeah, that will save you melting plastic things, or you know, various. It just like I said, makes your life a little bit easier. And it's just smidgen. Yes. Yes. Meow 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 meow. Oh heavens! We're right back. So I'm trying to wash some really quick movie news. As I move. Okay, and remember, if you have to do anything like blow your nose while cooking, wash your hands. Give them a good wash and you'll be okay. Alright, Alrighty. And then it should be clean. Should be clean. Extra clean. Clean on the side. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Nice. You're getting a nice, deep mushroom flavor. Just the deep it in. The deep it in. The extra, the deep it in on the side. Also deep it in. Nothing was saying with deep dishes then. Alright, so if we look here, when we started out, we were at the line for water, and we are down. We have dehydrated about. We've evaporated about a centimeter of water. So that's our condensation skills are going down a little bit. You want extra human protein? Ew. Ew. Meow, the extra meow on the side. Also meow. It's weird when you cook and you're losing one hand and the other hand's like, I want to help, but I don't want to be in the way. So it like tucks in here and you're like, yeah, it's fine. Like, I haven't done. And that's just kind of what it feels like. I know. This is how you dehydrate water, everyone. Don't worry. To rehydrate it, you just add water. Okay, we've got about 2 minutes left, and then it is time for us to start transferring. Making the stuff in the things, yes? Yes. And then we have our very last final touch once we have everything all sorted out. Meow 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 meow. All right, 1 minute left. 1 minute. 1 minute to go. All right. We have a ladle. We have our big pot, or a bowl. We have our big bowl. It's not really a pot technically. Okay, we have our very inconveniently sized strainer. Ooh, actually. Nope. Absolute. Okay. I have an idea. Yes, I have an idea. This may backlash. We'll see how it goes. Oh, the question of the day. Okay, if you could be any kind of bird, like it, or rather, if you were a bird, what kind of bird would you be? I'm thinking for me, owl. I'm like trying to narrow it down to what kind of owl. And I don't remember if we've had this talk before, but I was looking at it and I was like, yeah, kind of want to know. Then like feeling owlish, and thinking maybe, yeah, no. Although the subtype beyond owl, I got nothing. But yeah, so what kind of bird would you be if thee were a bird? Alrighty, it is time. Go. Extra go on the side. Okay. A flamingo. Nice. Okay. Here we go. as you will, as one of these. Mm-hmm. All right, so once in a while, the kitchen implements conspire to make life a little bit easier for you. Sometimes they do not. This time, though, the kitchen implements were like, we could make Rose's life simple. I'm like, you could. It's like, let's do that. I'm like, oh! As it were. Indeed. I thought they proved that the dinosaurs did in fact have feathers. I thought that was like known now instead of like us hypothesizing. Wasn't there like some sort of something? Coin. Extra count aside. As a view, as one it moves. That worked out really, really nicely. I am impressed. Indeed. Hi, Hatter Gaming. Yes. So this is our mushroom broth, and this is our mushroom. Like we use mushroom skins to make this. So this is 1 cup of mushroom skins to about 4 liters of water, which we of course condense down through the process of cooking. And then we ended up putting in 1 teaspoon of grains of paradise, or like I said, at home, black pepper would work if you are not allergic to pepper. 1 pinch of cayenne, and 4 teaspoons of the glory and wonder that is salt. Indeed. And these we're actually going to use in our recipe tomorrow. We're going to be using these to make the glory and wonder. There's a lot of glory and wonder going around, I know, but we're going to be making a hamburger mix with this. Vegan hamburger mix. Dun, dun. So one of the nice things about the mushroom broth in specific is that there's no waste. As a wheel, you let a second cool, and then. All right, and then very last but not least, if you'll remember my mentioning, we are going to be adding in the 2 pinches of parsley. And parsley here, this is, like I said, mostly for aesthetic, it's to make it look pretty, but also it does add a little bit of flavor. And the reason we're adding it at the end is because we didn't want to get it strained out. Oh, nice! Very, very nice. Yeah, the reason we use the skins is because they're a different texture, so we're gonna be like, we're putting them together with other things, and then, like walnuts. Surprisingly, well, you wouldn't think, but they do a really, like they add a nice texture to things. You gotta soak them. They need to be soaked. That is very important because otherwise they're too crunchy. But yeah, they do good. I added them on as a lark to my last batch of hamburger mix, and it was fantastic. I was like, oh, well now. And, we had them in shepherd's pie, and it was very good. It was very, very, very good. Okay, give me a second. We're gonna get stuff out of the way. And coin. Extra cup out the side. Okay. Get this put away. Actually, give it a second. It's still a little warm around the edges. Okay. Alright. Alrighty. While we're waiting, let us stir in our parsley. Meow. Like I said, the parsley is mostly to make it pretty. But we do get some flavor from this. So it does help. Like there's a reason why that all the damn broths that you see, they all have bloody parsley in them. You're not supposed to eat tree nuts? Oh, I understand. It does sound like a vicious cycle. Are walnuts a tree? Walnuts are a tree nut, right? Technically, yeah, because the walnut tree, they are a tree nut. Like, is it specific strains or like? But I hear you. Cashews and pistachios are delicious. Like if I hadn't learned the trick about soaking walnuts, Because like when you go to cook with them just in general, or if you want to eat some, it gets the skin off, which is the bitter part, and so you're like, oh. Ah, which are the ones that don't bother you? Extra kind of salt. Okay, now remember, we're gonna take a picture. So we have our little bowl already ready, and we're just gonna clean off our beautiful. Well, cashews are weird. They don't just come from a fruit. They're like a poisonous, like cashews are messed up, man. No, you don't like the one you can have? Okay, well, that is sad. But on the plus side, if you like almonds, you'll be able to have the Dutch butter cake we're making this weekend, or on Friday, cause it is made with almonds. It's but a woo. I want to eat again. I think. I don't know, like, have you seen the pictures of, like, the hands of the people that play, like, the cashew apple? I don't know if it'd be worth tasting it based on how, like, toxic they're supposed to be. As a woo, as one of woos. Okay, here we go. Getting everything set up so we can take our pretty photo of the pretty soup. Oh, and for those of you going back for the recipe for the beginning of the video, please remember that I did the dumb. I forgot that we were doing VR for the last thing yesterday, so I had the audio set to VR. So the very beginning of the video has no sound. Oh, durian? That's fair. That is. I've never actually eaten durian, but yeah, it is. It does. Pteramid? I'm not familiar with pteramid. Okay. Here we go. We are going to. Okay, so remember, step one. Step one of taking photos of food. Tilt it. Well, actually, step one was make the counter pretty. Step two is tilt it. Speaking of, there we go. Yeah, totally. I like virtual reality. It is a fun game. Yesterday I was playing I Expect You to Die, and as we've proved in the first three in the franchise, I'm a terrible spy. I died of poison yesterday. And I looked it up afterwards, and I was like, I tried all the remedies. Apparently, I did not shake my martini enough. to get the chemicals to react with each other, and it was the first one I tried too. And yeah, but no, I do, very much so. Okay, so we got our thing set up, and next, I'm a terrible spy. Okay. Oh, nice. Oh, that's awesome! That is awesome, Ryder! For me, it's mostly MMOs, like Orbis until I've done everything so many times that there's just nothing. There's nothing new. But yeah, no. And then Alicia VR, we've given a go. Zenith. We tried Zenith. Zenith was fun for a while. And I have like a stupidly large VR library. Like it's very big. Oh my god! Also Wraith. So I've been going through and just like playing all the games to see be like, okay, well, there's a bunch of VR games I've never played. I've owned them for years. So we've been going through and playing it. Oh yeah, Township Tale is okay. We had a server a while back. It was fun, but it has all the quintessential pieces it needs to be an MMO, except the parts that make it an MMO, which is so sad because it's good. They did a really they did a good job. It's just that there's no dungeons. There's no raids. It's a woo. But yeah, no, the crafting, second to none. like the crafting in Township Tale is like fantastic. Alrighty. We're gonna get our stuff out of the way. Okay, so for 1 second here, the chat's gonna go away. And we are going to put this puppy over here. There we go. Okay. Now remember, so first step, make sure your counter is all very pretty. Second step, tilt it, because that makes it more appealing to look at. Step number three, portrait mode. Portrait mode for the win. Portrait mode. Yeah. Well, no. The endless. They do have something that's kind of dungeony in the caves. I can't remember what it's called, but it's not the same. it is not the same. It's not the same. And there's no quests, right? Like it needs quests. Like as a server owner, you could build quests and you know how and send build a little story for people to play in your world. That would be amazing. But like that's kind of what Township Tale needs. Because they have beyond that, you can customize everything else in your world. You'd be like, I want a tree there. It's like, gotcha, fam. You're like, I want a rock there. It's like, okay. I don't want, Okay, give me a sec. Chat's going away for a second. And, okay, so, portrait mode, as I was saying. Portrait mode. So, like I said, clean your counter. Oh, speaking of that, as a woo. Getting the dust off the last little bit here. Boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo. Okay, so make sure your counter is nice. Make sure it is shiny. Make sure it is happy. Or you can use tablecloths and stuff like that. But do something to make the background engaging. All right, then portrait mode, then tilt, then portrait mode, and then take at least 6 photos from different like so and like so from different angles, because you don't know what you're gonna like. You really don't until you're looking at it later on the PC. All right, so step one, we do our frontal, and then from the top, and then a little bit further back, and then we tilt it, because once again, you never know. You never know. And then from above. And then, remember how I said tilt? Like so. Take it like so, and then do it again. Do it again. Oop, we did it again. And if you get all the angles, you should get at least 6. You might get more than 6. More than 6 is better. But more is better in this case, because you can always just not use the ones you don't like, right? Whereas if you, and then one from directly, there we go. Okay. But yeah, so this guarantees that what do you like? One. So all you need is 1. That's all you need. Okay, but to get 1, you must have more than 1. Okay, there we go. But there we go. There is our mushroom broth. Oh, it is really good. True. That would be cool. That would be really good. And don't apologize for your book. I enjoyed reading it, and you're right. Because they've got everything, except the thing they need. You hear it's 90%. 90%. It just needs that last 10%. Okay. All right. So we took our photo. This goes back in. As a woo. Because like I said, the next phase after this is we let it cool and then we freeze it. Yeah? Okay. As a woo. And then we're gonna do that. So for this one, we take a so, like a so. I take these. Actually, I put this one right here because I'm gonna need it for a second still. And this one goes into the kitchen. Yay! Okay. And then for this, we take this big lid. It's huge. Oh. Alright, so we take this, we put it on. Puke. And then we just put it aside. And we let it cool. Let it do what it does. Actually, let's put it on here because it's easier. That will be easier for acquisition. Okay, and then the very last thing, very last thing here is our mushroom skins themselves. We are going to take these, and we're going to put them in here, and we are going to let these cool overnight. and then tomorrow. Okay, now if I was not planning on making the hamburger tomorrow, I would put these back in the freezer and put a little note on them saying that they had been cooked. Because these are now ready to become part of the hamburger, and boiling them a second time to make soup would be pointless. So here we go with extra, here we go on the side. Do. Indeed, and this, except this one goes in the fridge. Yay! And that makes this dish, like I said, zero waste. No waste whatsoever, because we've got the skins, we're going to be using them again, we've all the water in it, and that's, oh, it's so nice. It is so nice, and the reason why I keep mentioning that is because unfortunately vegetable broth does have a lot of waste. So yeah, here we go. It is the done. It is the done with extra the done on the side. Also the done. Okay, alrighty, so for those of you who are watching on YouTube, if you want to keep watching, I'm going to be switching us over to Feroce's PK, so instead of the dot cooking at the end, just replace that with a capital P and a K. And we're going to be doing Hearthstone. For those of you on Twitch and Kick, just sit back, relax, and I'm going to switch the screen over. So let's get meow. Give me a second. Give me a second! Give me a second! Okay. Meow, extra meow on the side. Pew. Okay.